welcome again to the 2017 Daytona DMAX Championships. It's the light heats up next, a championship that's being led by Axel Slijepcevic, but he's got a strong opposition from Max O'Shaughnessy, Dante Dillon and Zach Swanell, all of whom are front runners and all of whom are bidding to catch them. There's only 4 rounds in the championship left, including this one, and every victory here counts big time.
The last race of the meeting here. It's the Daytona DMAX Lights Final, and it's been a very tough road to get here. The 2 men on the front row of the grid tied for points in the heats, Jack O'Neill and Axel Slijepcevic. They will line up on the front row of the starting grid. Slijepcevic, of course, is leading the championship by 68 points to Max O'Shaughnessy, who starts way down in 7th. Let's talk you through the grid. Jack O'Neill and Axel Slijepcevic on the front row of the grid. Dom Whiting and Tom Bale are together on the 2nd. Zach Swanell is 5th alongside Cameron Noble, with Max O'Shaughnessy and Dante Dillon sharing row 4. Andrew Hunt lines up beside Graham Cobb on the 5th row. Charlotte Manton, good recovery in the heats to get a podium. She starts 11th alongside Sam Hampshire, another very feisty driver. 13th and 14th, Sam Lovelace and Ethan Suter. Row 8 is Nathan Ballard and Cameron Kahn. From Boyd Wayne Jr., Mark Martin, Anatoly Dulko, Jack Martin, Lawrence Glockshuber and Alexander Dorikal.
And a couple of faces to watch in this particular one. You got Slijepcevic, you've also got Swanell, who had that titanic battle with Slijepcevic at Buckmore Park, where the win was separated by just 0.048. I'm sure we're going to have a cracker here at Sandown Park, Jake.
And between Jack O'Neill, who is a very good driver around this circuit, was 2nd in the earlier Enduro. He's going to have a really tough one up against Axel Slijepcevic, who has been the dominant streak so far. Here we go. Great start. Jack O'Neill's going to take the lead in the early stages. They go through turn 1. Is it clean? Is it clean? For the moment, yes. Jack O'Neill leads it. Up the inside, Tom Bale is going to try and squeeze up into 3rd position. The Welshman is going for it as they make their way up the hill. But at the moment, those first 2 are away and clear. Looks as though Zach Swanell and Cameron Noble are starting to make their impression as they work their way through the field as well. But Tom Bale is solid there in 4th position, leaving Max O'Shaughnessy out to dry as he tries to remain in the top 6. He'll get squeezed out for the moment, but it's Jack O'Neill ahead of Axel Slijepcevic.
And they come down to the back straight for the first time asking into paddock, so it's O'Neill from Slijepcevic from Whiting up into 3rd. Cameron Noble goes up the inside of Zach Swanell there, as does Max O'Shaughnessy, tries to go past, as does Dante Dillon, Graham Cobb, Andrew Hunt. There's multiple drivers here that are in a fighting chance if they can break away with the leaders, which Jack O'Neill is trying to do at the moment, setting a 46.798 in the process.
O'Shaughnessy dives up the inside of Zach Swanell and gets the position, although Swanell tries to go with him and get the position back, but it is a good move there from Max O'Shaughnessy, who is currently sat in 2nd position in the standings, trying to make up a 68-point deficit. Slijepcevic doing well, though, in 2nd position behind Jack O'Neill. For the likes of Dante Dillon and Zach Swanell, this is an important race. They need to keep their point scores up. Swanell currently 6th, Dillon currently 8th, having a little bit of a few tussles out there. Interesting that 2nd through 4th are currently down in 6th through 8th in the standings. No major incidents so far, although that is Jack Martin trying to make his move on the inside of Charlotte Manton, who squeezed into the barriers. Charlotte Manton is forced off the circuit. That's a big impact for Charlotte Manton, and that was Jack Martin trying to go through on the inside there of Charlotte Manton. Manton was squeezed into the tyres. She collides with the barriers. I want to see that from her onboard camera again. She just tries to keep it on the outside line. Jack Martin was a long way alongside, drifts out to the middle part of the apex, squeezes Charlotte Manton. There is not a lot of room for her to get out of it, and bang, into the tyres she went. Yellow flags now at turn 2. No surprises as the drivers raise their arms aloft. Now the question is, will that be judged as a little bit of a naughty manoeuvre from Jack Martin, or will that be a racing incident, Alex? It's close to tell.
That's a very hard hit as well. I hope Charlotte's all okay. She's moving, which is a good sign. Maybe she might just be a little bit winded, but with people wearing more people wearing rib protectors, in that kind of impact, that's going to be a help in terms of recovery.
Well, she rejoins, but I would not at all be surprised. This being Charlotte Manton, after an accident like that, she may not see the need to continue. She was fighting for a top position, 3rd in the earlier heat. It's a shame we didn't have the cameras out for that one, because she was absolutely electric in that earlier race, but just caught out there in the battle with Jack Martin. Yellow flags, we continue on. And we will be going green once again very shortly. It always seems to be the problem in the lights race where we get the contact and the fisticuffs, where we have done at least so far in the heats. The drivers are still under full course yellow at the moment as we wait to see Charlotte Manton come into the pits, I think is what she's going to do. Oh no, she is going to continue.
It looks like she's staying out, Jake, so credit to her.
Well, she's obviously been given the chance to drive the kart, see how she feels. She is a lap down, of course, now behind Lawrence Glockshuber in 22nd position. But hey, if she feels like she can drive the kart and she might be able to get a little bit of extra track time out there, then why not? The green flag flies and we're racing again.
Jack O'Neill's got a nice little gap between himself and Axel Slijepcevic, with Dom Whiting in third ahead of Tom Bale. They've pulled a little bit of gap between themselves and Cameron Noble, and Max O'Shaughnessy sixth ahead of Dante Dillon, who's got Zach Swanell for close company. Jack Martin is battling with the likes of Sam Hampshire and Ethan Suter, all the way down for 11th place at the moment. Max O'Shaughnessy up the inside of Cameron Noble for fifth there. Nice move into paddock.
Well, that's the second place man making a move on the sixth place man in the championship. As into the pits comes Jack Martin. I think that might be a penalty as a result of the contact with Charlotte Manton. So they have given a penalty, and that's an off there on the final turn. That is Nathan Ballard, I believe, who's gone off in the final turn. So Nathan Ballard spins off the circuit there at the pit turn. So that is a disaster for Nathan Ballard.
Jake, hang on a second. I've just seen spots of rain.
Is it raining? It is now starting to rain. Now this is a problem because, of course, if it gets any heavier than this, it will cause an issue. At this velocity, the rain is not going to make an impact in the race because it's only spitting at the moment. That is not going to make a blind bit of difference to the track conditions. What it might do is put a couple of drivers off and give another couple of drivers some motivation. Well, it's going to rain, so I'm confident in the rain, and that just gives you that little bit of an extra boost. Jack O'Neill, meanwhile, no issue either way. He's got a good advantage. Second position though is up for grabs. Here comes the 49 Dom Whiting through into second place. He turns into perfection and gets through.
Nice move there.
Slijepcevic is back in a second position. Their battle is likely to continue for the next couple of laps, but Slijepcevic has got a trap. Here we go, back up the inside. Nice challenge from Dom Whiting up on the curbs. Was that too much curb? Yes, it was. He's had to back out of it. And Slijepcevic is back there in a second. And joining the party is the other newbie, Tom Bale. With Tom Bale knocking on the door of the podium. Jack Martin obviously struggling after that earlier penalty. But this is going to be an interesting one for Tom Bale. He's caught right up to the back of the Slijepcevic and Whiting battle. And it looks like that rain that had made an appearance is now coming down even harder. It's starting to get there, but I don't think it's going to cause an issue, because certainly not for the leader Jack O'Neill. He's got enough of an advantage, and he's driven in much worse conditions than this. He is, of course, a Titan Motorsport driver, and they won our HSF race in Daytona DMAX karts, of course, in much worse conditions than this. That is a little bit of a bounce off the barriers from Andrew Hunt.
And also Max O'Shaughnessy is trying to force the issue with
Noble has made the move on the inside there of Dante Dillon and takes up sixth position. So Noble gets through. Last lap, here we go.
So Jack O'Neill comes through turns 1 and 2 for the final time. The battle behind us, Tom Bale gets a little bump from behind from Max O'Shaughnessy on the run into turn 1. O'Shaughnessy's definitely thinking, I need to get past Tom Bale to try and exercise damage control in terms of chief rival Axel Slijepcevic as the pair go through turn 4 for the final time.
And Bale is defending very well from O'Shaughnessy, to be fair, but as they come down the back straight, Jack O'Neill is going to have this one sewn up. Second position, Slijepcevic has got enough on Whiting. Here we go, the battle for fourth position. O'Shaughnessy crawling all over the back of Tom Bale as they come down to their final couple of corners. He's going to go right round the outside. Checkered flag flies though. Jack O'Neill cruises over the line to an absolute stop very nearly. Slijepcevic in second. Third place for Dom Whiting. Bale is not able to be beaten there by Max O'Shaughnessy, so Bale comes home in fourth. From O'Shaughnessy, Cameron Noble, Dante Dillon, Zach Swanell, Cobb and Ethan Suter.
And rounding out the finishing order for our final...
Are we going to spin on the final corner? That is Boyd Wayne Jr.
Spinning it on the final lap, but, you know, it could have been a lot worse than that, to be completely fair. So rounding out the order, 11th place was Andrew Hunt ahead of Sam Lovelace. Alexander Doricote got up to 13th in the end ahead of Cameron Kahn, Sam Hampshire, Mark Martin, Anatoly Duko, Lawrence Glockshuber, Boyd Wayne Jr., Nathan Ballard, Jack Martin, and I have to say I'm proud of Charlotte Manton because she got back out on track and still did 46.6s, 46.8s.
Your podium finishers, Dom Whiting, Axel Slijepcevic, and your race winner, Jack O'Neill. Third position then in the light heats, Dom Whiting, very fast all weekend and a really close battle at the end.
Yeah, it was alright. A bit annoyed. I should have held on to second, but made a little mistake. Well, I didn't make a mistake. I thought it was raining a bit harder than it was, so I slowed up. But yeah, it was alright. Can't grumble, but you know, not quite fast.
But a nice return to the championship, and maybe that means you're a bit hungry for more now.
Yeah, that's the bad thing. That's the only thing. If I got first, that'd have been it. You wouldn't have seen me now. Probably another couple of seasons, but no, it's all good. The rain could have come a little bit earlier. Probably would have had more of a chance, but it's my fitness as well. I was putting it down to the fitness, but no, it was good. Good day.
Well, fantastic job anyway, and thank you very much for joining us again.
Cheers, thanks.
Right, in second position, consolidating championship points, Axel Slijepcevic, a really important one as well, this one, to get more points in the bank.
Yeah, that was the goal, especially with the two other podium finishers not contesting for the championship. Really helps me sort of extend the gap and make it more secured going into the next rounds. And with the weather, the rain coming down as it was at the end, it was made it a very nervous race towards the end.
And of course, Clay Pigeon is coming up next, another place where you can go really strong, and that's going to be a really interesting battle.
Yeah, I've never been there before, so I'd really like to see how we get on there, and we'll depends how it goes. Yeah.
Fantastic. Good job, Axel. Brilliant work weekend.
Thank you.
Right, and the man who got onto the top step of the podium, crushing victory in the end, Jack, I think...
Did you see my wave? I waved to you. I thought, Jake's...
You did?
I thought, just to give him a wave, you know.
You did, that's very kind of you. Maybe you should have focused more on the drive. But anyway, you won by a long way anyway, so it didn't make a difference.
No, it was, you want a good kart for the front. Of course, they're all within 1/10 of a second. But you want one on that side of it, and it was a, real good start. Pulled away, and I think when it started to rain, I was a little bit worried because you can only be a zero in that situation because you've got sort of 4 or 5 seconds, but fortunately didn't sort of hack it down and got away with it in the end.
And maybe we'll see you for another one next time out, potentially.
Yeah, and I think Andrew, or Andy, as you know him, is going to be also going the Clay Pigeon round with me in the endurance, so that should be... We don't race against each other, so that'll be quite nice.
Excellent, we'll have to watch out for that one. Cheers, Jack.
Cheers, Jake.
Well, there you go then. The guests have done an absolutely fantastic job. Jack O'Neill taking the victory in the light heats final, but Axel Slijepcevic's championship lead still very much intact, actually pulling away. Will anybody catch him? Well, most of them haven't raced at Clay Pigeon before, so next time out should be a very different ball game. To get on the grid, DaytonaMax.co.uk. Make sure you register quick. Those seats do sell out quick.